Not exactly everything that I hope that we could talk about today, but we're going to talk about some stuff that's important here. But, you know, when we do these live streams, we stream both on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And so it gets a little bit complicated. Most people, when they stream, they're streaming only from YouTube. So I just wanted to let you guys know sometimes with the hold up and some of the technology stuff I'm still learning how to do. Go ahead and Cheryl. How's your day going, my dear?
I am kind of like on edge right now. So I'm trying to, I got so much going on. I have, I told you I had a death in my family and, a dog that's being neutered today. So that's been kind of tight on my schedule today. Come on though, because, we were supposed to air. So I wanted to be here to discuss with you today and see what we can come up with when it comes down to what we feel about the division in black, families also, and just the black race.
And so the topic today that we are discussing is on what divides us. There are three areas that key points, and recently we did a study through email that showed that people responded because we do studies at Bob Rewards Club, and basically they show the three top things that were dividing black families and just black relationships in period. And one is religion, two is classism, okay, and the third one is we have a lot of jealousy in our communities. And so we kind of want to just talk a little bit about that, but then I want to talk about something else that happened before we get into that discussion. It's going to be a quick discussion that we're going to be doing today. However, I do want to talk about something else that occurred today. As you well know, I am the founder of the BOB program, Bob Rewards Club. And basically, BOB stands for Black Owned Businesses. And what we do is, I've been doing marketing for sales for about 30 years, okay? And I've been doing marketing for a very, very long time. And BOB is designed to help small black-owned businesses. And you can be a franchise, you can be a contractor. And it's a membership club that's $25 a year, a very low cost fee. And the reason why it's low is because it's inclusive. It was designed after some of your large club membership programs that don't charge you very much to be a member, okay? But we have a host of benefits that we offer. So as a marketing company, we reach out. And we reach out through many different platforms. We have platforms on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. We do email marketing. We do email texting. We do, I have another business called Sales Learning Corporation. Okay, it focuses on just sales, and it's direct marketing for businesses and lead generation. And so if you want to go take a look at that, it's www.saleslearning.org. Go take a look at that website if you need services. But under the Bob program, those services come along with a discounted services that you can get for your business. So we marketed and we sent text messages yesterday to take it over for me for a minute, okay?
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yes. Well, we send text messages to different areas, different, like you say, platforms. Some of the problem is some of her replies that she received back. Now, a lot of times we tend to take things personal, and some of the emails were kind of personally sent back, and they were, offensive, in trying to help our community. So we wanted to talk about that today and some of the responses we got back. Some things, like we do as usual, agree on together. Some things we don't. So I will let her continue. Did you get it? Are you finished?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have a small dog, everybody. My little dog was barking just now.
I understand.
My little
security. I have one as
well. Okay, so basically, the email that I had, these text messages went out, and they were to just let people know about this broadcast today, that we're going to be doing on the subject matter. And a few people, one person I'm saying particularly, she is a black-owned business here in the United States. I'm not even going to tell where she's located, and I'm certainly not going to tell you what her name is, because I'm not a basher like that. I will not bash anybody personally in that way, especially not another black-owned business. However, the point that I'm getting across right now is our communication that we had, and it wasn't a great communication. Okay, now instead of me replying back with the text messages, with a text message in a group, first offhand, the first text messaging group did not go out properly. It exposed other telephone numbers. I did not like that. I don't like some of the group messaging and texting that's out there. Okay. Second, when it went out, like I said, it was just to show that we're going to have this, program today. However, as I said, she got totally belligerent, kind of in a way, as to, I know, and twice sending text messages saying, hey, take me off of this. And then when I called her and I spoke to her, this is what she told me. And I could play it on audio because it comes on my desk phone, which has recording on certain numbers through our business that we run. Okay. And so anyway, to make a long story short, she told me that she did not want to be seen as a black-owned business. And she's black. Okay. So that's the problem, and that's been sitting with me for the last few hours about her response and her attitude. Okay? And I do want to play her video. Now, hold on. What else she told me is that she told me that most 75% of her customers are white. Okay? And that she didn't want to be seen as a black-owned business. And she's a hair salon. I want to throw that out. Okay, I'm not going to name, but she's a hair salon. And I'm like, okay. So I go check her video out. And Cheryl, I want you to play it on your side. We're not going to show the audio on it. I mean the video part. We're just going to let you listen to the audio.
Okay, let me find it again. I thought I had it set and ready.
So the thing is that she's, you know, I have a problem with black businesses, and you're black, not wanting to let others know that you're black. Now, our program, Bob, does not discriminate against anyone. Anyone can join. We have three types of memberships. We have a consumer membership that's only $10 a year, okay? And it comes with discounts, it comes with a host of benefits, but not as many benefits as the others. So we have a BFAC, which stands for Black Franchises and Contractors. And then we also have for Bob. And Bob comes with the most benefits. Now, we don't discriminate. Anybody can join. We encourage other groups, ethnic groups, to buy black as well. That is how this program was designed. It was developed that way, and that's the way it's going. Okay? That's how we do things at our company. So we don't discriminate against anyone. Is that right, Cheryl?
That's right. And I'm about to play this now. I hope that her name isn't mentioned because I really didn't go through and edit. So let me play it.
Go ahead and play what you got.
Hold on. I don't know why it's stopping. Okay. Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
My name is Kate, and inside of Hair by Kate Salon.
Wow, sorry.
As a man, you'll be greeted at the door. Smile, face, listening to what your needs are and what your desires are, and not just cookie cutter and assembly lining people. We have over 75 years of experience combined throughout our entire staff. What sets Hair by Kate apart, we are multicultural. We believe in giving the best service to every client, every time.
Okay, go ahead and stop it. We just wanted to give you a little bit of snippet. Now, when I heard her on the phone, I didn't think she was black, but I mean, you don't have to talk a certain way to be black, okay? I'm not a believer in that, because I mean, I was one of the people that got teased when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? Where they always say people made fun of the way I talk. So I don't make fun of the way people talk. Now, the only problem I'm having here is that her comments that she made, and that's only happened to me 3 times since I've started Bob. And it just kind of angers me, you know. There's been other businesses. I had one other business that was in Dallas, and you might know about this, Cheryl. When I first was developing it, and we did our project launch with Indique and some of the other businesses that are Bob members. Remember that? And she was located in McKinney. I think it's McKinney. She's in McKinney, and McKinney sits north of Dallas. It's not even in the heart of any black community, but the program that she had is for black, and for, she was really, trying to get all the kids from, South Dallas and, other parts of Dallas where all the, where all the black people live, right? Right? Because there's some black people in McKinney, okay? But there are not a whole lot of black people in McKinney. And if you got a black program, you want to get black kids, you're going to have to go to South Dallas. You're going to have to go to Lancaster, DeSoto, maybe Cedar Hill. You're going to have to be on really that other side. Now, you could be where you come from, Cheryl. What's over there by...
Mesquite?
No. On the east, over by the fairgrounds, kind of, what's that little area called? You know, I mean, there's black people in Pleasant Grove, you know, over there by, you know, where the fairgrounds and stuff is. Can't think of that area. Well, anyway.
Well, that's what it is.
Go ahead.
I just said that's the east side.
Right. So there's a lot of black people in Dallas. But so my thing is, why was she located in McKinney? And then the attitude I got with her was, hey, you know, basically going to be seen as black either. And, you know, so I just have a problem with that because you're black. And if you're hating yourself because you're black, and if you go to look at her video, I mean, you'll see something there. And, you know, we have a problem, some of us psychologically, where, you know, we have all this self-hatred that we have for ourselves. We don't love each other. We have to love who we are as a people.
Michelle, I have to disagree because just because you don't want to advertise business do not necessarily mean you hate your black or who you are. Like I told you, a lot of black running toward money. You have to be very dependable business. And a lot of times when you are not, when a lot of times like this, when we see ourselves or we see our people, a lot of times we get a bad reputation for not being dependable, for not being, you know, really affordable and other things. So some things can stop or deter your business and where the money is. And if she's tried it, and see, we haven't talked to her, so we don't know if she's tried it as a black business and
it
just
doesn't
depending
matter
on her
if
own
she's
people.
tried it. Even if you had a bad experience, you would need to overcome the bad experience that you had, because you can get have a bad business experience at any type of ethnic group business. I think the problem for them is that, yes, number one, in their mind, they are, you know, these negative stereotypes that we need to refute, okay? They be coming up in people's mind when they hear the word black business.
It right there.
And that's bad, and that's what I want to change. And that's one reason why I'm starting this podcast is being started. I mean, you know, right now we don't have a lot of subscribers. We don't have a whole lot of people, but you know, it's growing. Trust me. Every day we are getting new people on, you know, on all of our social media fronts. And so I'm just saying here, there's things, and agree to disagree when we have these discussions. It's more about really serious topics that really impact us as black people. But when we do Shop Black, I am really focusing on your business. What other black businesses that is out there, I don't care what you do, and the services and products that you have to serve. So there are two different platforms that we have here. This particular platform is a discussion about real heavy topic matter things. And, you know, and so, hey, this today has really kind of made my mind kind of
see, the thing about it is, like
to another way, and I didn't want it to digress today, and so I wanted to bring this up.
Well, like I
because it is something that has happened to me now 3 times. Go ahead.
Well, see, like you're taking it too personal. First of all, like I said, so even though she have told you what she said, she told you how she felt, not wanting to be a part of or advertised as a black business, but see, we don't know her story. We don't know why. All we know is that apparently the support was coming from where it's coming from. And when you're trying to run a business, you can't take the time to hope. You have to have something that you can go on, that you can depend on. And that comes to number 2. A lot of the black businesses that like I told you in the first podcast, like I said, I am not pro-black. I can let a black person, you know, first, if you're going to show me and have credentials that'll satisfy whatever need I'm needing from you. But if you've shown me something difficult, or we can't get, can't come to mind, and there's always a problem with, I just say, my experience with some of the I've attempted to support, then I'm going to get to do the job or the need or whatever from whoever. It doesn't, like I told you, it doesn't matter to me. They can come up here and be blue, green, or purple, as long as they get the job done. So,
well, you're going off in a whole nother area. Okay. No, now, I'm not trying to be politically correct. The reason why we started Bob was that we want Black-owned businesses have it hard in this country. Okay? We have it way more tougher. All right? And that's what Bob is about. Now, I want to change the subject matter because I think that we're kind of going down an area that I didn't want to go that deep down.
The only point I'm making, it doesn't mean that she hates her racism. It doesn't mean she hates her color. It doesn't mean that she hates her people. That's the only point I'm making.
Yeah, it does say something about the inside of you when you do not want to listen here. And like I said, we're going down another path. But it does say something about a person's individual self inside when they don't want to recognize who they are. Now, you got to recognize who you are. Now, you're Black.
Why would you say she's not recognizing who she is? That's the point I'm making. Why would
she
just
said
because
that
she's
she
not
okay. Any business that says that they don't want to be seen as a Black-owned business, or they don't hire Black people. Now, I got another business. There's another Black business. Let me tell you about the third business. I already told you about the first two. Let me tell you about the third one. The third one is a business in Illinois, and he has some type of contracting business. Now, he is Black, but he does not hire Black people. All the people he hires, and he will admittedly say he don't hire Black people. Okay?
No, those are the people we need to get on the show.
What?
Those are the people, the first lady we spoke of, and that person. Those are the people we need to find out what their views are. Because see, you can't judge a book by what we think.
Okay. Well, I just want to bring it up. Now, these are my views, but I just wanted to bring that up,
They're your views and your rights.
Yep. So, okay. So, I want to go ahead and share with you guys right now. I don't know if you had a chance to look at some of our videos, but I do want you guys to go. Please go to our YouTube and our Facebook channel. Okay? And subscribe. Also on Twitter and Instagram. Subscribe so that you can see all the videos, because we are creating lots of videos. We have some videos that are just, been created that don't have us personally in there, but, have a lot of different subject matter data that's very important that you might want to take a look at. And I do want to share one of them with you right now. So just bear with me for a second, Shara. I'm going to go ahead and toggle back over here. And like I said, I'm really bad at doing these streams. I don't put all this stuff into OBS.
We'll get it together. You're doing better than me.
This is our YouTube channel right here, as you can see. And we're going to go ahead and just play this video. For this podcast.
I hope somebody. Hey, I can see you. Are we offline?
No, we are online. Shush.
Can people see you?
Shh.
Okay.
Me and Cheryl. That's why I call agree to disagree.
Yes.
You can't
We're
see my
getting
screen,
old.
remember?
I can't.
I talked to this young lady right here. Let me go back here. I want to show this. I talked to her yesterday. She's such a sweetheart. Hold on. Let me go back. Stop. Okay. Maya, she's such a sweetheart. Let me tell you. And I think she'll become a Bob member here quick. But she's got a business where she has accessories that she sells. And they're really cute, nice accessories. So I just wanted to share that with you. We do, any opportunity that we have to put our Black-owned businesses on display, we do it. And if you don't want to be a part of Bob, that's okay. Because we have thousands and thousands. We are compiling data. Every single day we are adding new businesses into our app that we have, okay, that has been designed for us, okay, for you to locate. I mean, you can use a mobile device right now. You can go to bobrewards.club. You can see this app. We have several pages on there for each 59 cities that we're concentrating on. And we put our Black-owned businesses on display. Every opportunity, every marketing thing, piece of thing that we have. So I just want to throw that out there. But yeah, she's a very sweetheart. So I really liked the conversation that I had with her yesterday. I just wanted to share that with you. I'm gonna go ahead
And
Bob
is rewarding
say,
anyway.
Cheryl? Go ahead,
Okay.
Cheryl.
Are you still playing the video?
Yeah, I just want to let the video finish here, and then we're gonna just go ahead and kind of go into the subject matter for today, and we're gonna just briefly go over it because we do have a time crunch. We did get started late, but hey, we're gonna always be here. So we also have a new member. This is Wine Rich Construction, and we're gonna have on the podcast too coming up.
And don't forget, you can get a lot of discounts by becoming a member of Bob.
That's right. Okay, so let me get
And construction,
here.
that's a very good discount
Yeah,
on anything.
it is. Oh, hold on a minute. Now, you know what, Cheryl? I do need to do one other thing that I gotta do here. Okay. All right, now my screen got jumpy.
And I can't see you anymore. You're kind of like in a fog.
Yeah.
Like a glare.
Oh, you know what that is? That is the sun. Let me shut my blind because I got a window right over here. I love natural sunlight. Okay, now that should be a little bit better.
That's better.
Okay. All right. All right. So let's get back to the subject matter here. Okay. So, what divides us? What divides us is classism, and how. First thing is classism. I want to talk about. I recently went to a funeral as well, down in Texas. As you know, I lived in Texas for 10 years. And my husband's from Texas. And me and my husband been together. We've been almost 30 years now, me and my husband. And his sister passed away. And I was in the sticks of East Texas. And I wasn't able to, make any type, have internet connection. Because, the internet is really difficult there. And getting it, in East Texas there, and when you're in the boondocks there. So, you know, there was no too much communication as far as internet wise. However, their family, I looked at their family, and I look at a lot of black families, and how when some of us are high achievers and some of us are not, or we go down a different path of lifestyle, how that is playing a role in dividing us as a people. Okay? And it just, I know it's in my family, and it's in a lot of different black families. And it's a subject that we don't talk enough about. And so, what kind of brought me and led me to this, too, is that I saw some of the great things that some of us can do, when we achieve things, right? And how we help out. But then we often have those that get jealous, and that's where the jealousy comes in. And I had two, I might show another video about, and everybody knows they've experienced this jealousy thing in the black community. I mean, if you have not experienced somebody that gets mad at you because you're doing something that they either find that you might be more successful at or what have you, then, I say, hey, you're living a really sheltered life. But for the most part, we have experienced this. It could be, and so these are the things that divide us. Now, Cheryl, you tell me what you think about that while I make sure I can get this chat working here on YouTube.
Well, I agree with most of what you said because I saw it firsthand. And, I'm going to tell you this too, Michelle. It seems like, and you tell me in my family now, if there are jealousies or there's someone that may be a little bit more accomplished than others, a lot of times that particular group of people or family don't make themselves available to other certain groups of family members. I mean, if the door is always open, but they seem to have interests in other areas other than the family. So sometimes it could be that person, like you call it, when you say don't want to per se black or or think they're better, I guess, than even associating with their own family.
First, if you're
a lot of times, have you noticed that their whole everything becomes different? Their friends, their the things they do, it's like they are trying to me, run away from the family. That they feel is average or whatever. But you also have those that a certain, when you are achieving, as though you think you're better than they are, or that you think that they're not good enough to stand or be with you or in your circle.
I agree
with
that.
You know what I'm saying? So
I understand. I agree with that. You do have some people that once they have high chiefs, we have a lot of it, in fact, that once you achieve a certain level of success, you don't want to live in a certain neighborhood. You don't want to have your kids go around, to the school with, other black kids, or people that are poor, or people that are, or whatever, okay? So, and I think that is a problem to a certain extent. Now, I'm not saying that we need to be around bad people that are influenced or giving, bad influences, to our children or any of us, okay? What I'm saying is that when it's a family member, though, even though they might do bad things, I don't care if they're a drug addict, I don't care if they're poor and on welfare, I don't care if they are, whatever, if they were in prison, okay? and that person, we have that high achiever in our family, we do not need to treat each other that bad. Okay, we don't need to stick our noses up in the air the same way that we've been treated by you know who.
What if okay, let's just say you let Ray let's just say you let Ray in your life. Ray been your little cousin or your little whatever for a while. Ray can't keep his hands off of nothing. Okay? You know this about Ray. And you know how many times Ray done got you. So therefore, just because Ray is your family member, you need to let Ray come in and take your things or case your house or do everything. Ray got to first find some soul in his own self. Ray got to see, that brings us back to religion now. You know, you try to be, you know, right by your people sometimes, and because your heart and your God tells you to. But a lot of times they'll run over you and take advantage of you, and it's your own people. So what do you do? Continue to let them take advantage of you, or do you just kind of like back away and try to, you know, love them from afar? What do we do? I mean, there's, like you said, there's a lot of family members who, you know, don't deserve it, but there's a lot of them that no matter what Ray do, gonna stand with Ray because Ray is their this or that, and then, you know, a lot of people just don't take it. They just decide that they will disassociate with Ray and whatever comes with him, to not make him stand up to what he's done, or to, you know, to give him an excuse. Do you have family members like that?
I have this classism in my family, and we have some people that just, you know, I don't care how much money you make, I don't care anything. I mean, I don't care how successful you are, I don't care if you're a doctor, I don't care what you are. And you have even a cousin, or you might have a brother or sister that did not have those high achievements. I do not think it's right to treat them different. Okay? No one's better than anybody on this earth. That is just my opinion. If you're God's child, then you are truly God's child, and we are all God's children. Okay?
Right.
And so, you know, and that's the problem I have with religion, which I want to go ahead and talk about since we didn't got under God.
That's why I tried to bring that on in, because we need to hurry up and get all these subjects in, because we're running over now.
Yes. So God, my God, is spiritual for me. I grew up as a Christian, like most black people in America. And I grew up in the church, and I had a sister who was a pastor for 30 years. She was one of the first woman pastors, you know, in the country when she started many years ago. And she's now passed. I truly miss her a lot. However, and my mother was very, I would say, religious. She came from a religious family, so we went to church every Sunday. Okay, so I grew up in the church. However, I just always thought there's some things weird about the Bible anyway, you know, certain things that people believe in, certain things that you would hear all the time, okay? And I kind of questioned it many years ago. And about maybe 8 years ago, I just really got deep into doing a lot of research and study on, you know, the Bible itself. Started looking at a lot of Pastor Ray Hagin, you know, Hagen's. I don't know if you guys are familiar with who he is, and just looking at doing a lot of just in-depth research about who wrote the Bible. Okay, and I just don't agree with some of the things, because we know that a lot of that stuff is just not true. And I don't want to go too deep into it. We're gonna have to have another discussion on that whole.
Yeah, we are. We're gonna have to do a
little
part
bit
2
later, but because we don't have enough time today. However, my views on religion when it comes to black families and black people, and, you know, as a whole, is that it divides. It's been very divisive, and it divides because there are a few things that religion teaches us to have, or either it's just within the social structure, of it, and one is pride. I think that pride thing, having so much pride, I mean, it's okay to have some pride. However, being too proud, I feel, is where the problem comes in. Okay.
Well, that's where the problem started. The problem started with the fall of Satan from having pride. But when you look at the Bible, look at where it was written. Now, you have to root the Bible back to the original language it was spoken in. And if you try to read the Bible just on the naked surface of the eye, then you're going to get all kinds of feedback as far as what you understand or what you think. But that Bible cannot predict itself. You read the Bible, if you understand what you're reading, then you're going to find that a lot of all of this comes to pass. And it's no way that no human being knows something that was going to happen 600,000 or even 600 years prior to it happening. So you have to, this is what I tell everybody who don't believe. Now, the Bible is a tool, only just like a concordance and biblical dictionary and Strong's and everything that you've gotten, rocks, everything. It's just a translation of what was said. It doesn't necessarily mean that every Bible was written as you're reading it. It's how you're perceiving it. But you have to root it back to get it to the language it was standing. The 1611 was your original Bible. And in that Bible, which was the first Bible, like I told you before, there was a 32-page letter written to the reader. And the 32-page letter told you that in that first half of the Bible, that there were too many words in the English language that meant the same thing. And it gave you an example of, like I told your girl.
I don't even go right there, because I know Africans, we are spiritual people. Right, I don't start it from 1611. I'm sorry.
Well, like I said, no, 1611 was the original Bible. Like I said, what you're reading, you're not reading a 1611 because it's in the Greek, Hebrew, and Chaldee. Okay. You're not reading that. You're reading the English version that you've read.
First offhand, the dates and everything just do not correspond properly. Okay? And I got a video here. How about I just show this video?
Okay, well, no.
I want to show this video. I want to show this video because it will help for you to understand how everything got so,
Well, let's do this. Can we pick this up tomorrow? We
certainly can pick it up tomorrow, because I want to show people some videos on really where all this started from. Okay? And what I'm saying is there's so much that we believe with is in the Bible, and you can't argue by using the Bible, though. If I'm saying that the Bible itself, there's something wrong with the Bible, then I don't think that that's a good argument. I think that we need to look at the history of the Bible and Christianity, and the history of who started these religions, okay? And all of that. That to me is important. That's important for us to look at who the people were back then at that time.
That's true.
Yes. And so my argument that I always have with you, Cheryl, is that, you always want to throw in the Bible and argue with the Bible, with scripture and all that. And I'm saying, hey, if I'm saying there's something wrong with the Bible, then how can you use that? I mean, I'm not saying, first of all, it's a stolen story.
Because there's not anything wrong with it to me. I believe it, and it's been proven. So that's why, just because anyone say it, don't make me believe it. I have to believe what's in my heart and what's been, and that's been, and when I read the Bible, I understand it because I understand where the history comes from, and I've studied it, and I've studied the roots of lots of words. So you're looking at it, like I said, on the top surface, but you have to know different words and what they mean. But see, to you don't understand, but the Bible was not written to the flesh man. The Bible was written to the spiritual man. And if you read Ecclesiastics, that's the only book written to the flesh man. So how I can't compare flesh to what God's word is telling me. It's my spirit that he's ministering to, not my flesh. As a matter of fact, he says flesh and blood won't even enter the kingdom of heaven. So why would I look at flesh instead of looking at the what God's words say and find that
Ecclesiastes was written by a man, right? And that's the problem.
No, see, you keep saying written. It was translated. That tried to translate it for you.